everybody, it's me, the Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. It's Monday night, and this is Twisted Stitches. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, I'm just thinking. I'm telling you what I'm thinking. You know, now that we have the desk, the reception desk here, when we start the show, normally when we start our show from home, Paul will be standing in front of me, and he always tickles me in the stomach just before the show starts, so I'm smiling. But now he can't reach me, and I kind of like having this little barrier between us because you can't tickle me. But anyway, so welcome to Twisted Stitches. And you know, I was going to start with one thing first, but I think I'm going to have to start with something else because we have a very special guest at the studio today, and it's very exciting to have him with us. So we're gonna cut to that and then go to our show. So Paul, why don't you introduce our special guest tonight?
All right, all the way coming to you live from Niantic, Connecticut, everybody's favorite kitty cat mascot, Oreo. Say hey, O. Your public is waiting for you, boy. Say hi, O.
Hey, Oreo.
Hey, buddy.
Oreo has been quite a good boy since we brought him in here tonight. It's like he can tell all the familiar scents and smells and different things that were in the studio at home, and he's just made himself nice and cozy here, like he's been here all the time. Yep. All right, he's had enough of that. But we've been kind of anxious to get him here, but there was so much going on that we thought it would be best to wait until the grand opening was over and the dust sort of settled a little bit. And so here we are. Here's Oreo. He seems pretty happy. He has already dug into Minnie's food. Minnie has already tortured him while he's here. And so you can see how much they love each other, no matter where they are. So this is life with Minnie and Oreo.
she went out from underneath.
Where is she, Oreo? So who's with us tonight, Paul?
I can't tell yet.
You can't tell yet? Wait a minute. I can tell.
No, I do the You gotta know. Hey.
Oreo is in the house. I knew it. Anna Maria is saying I knew it. And Minnie, yes, it's hi, all four of you. Hi, Beverly Rises. Thank you. Oh my goodness, this is like, it's a three-ring circus now.
It's like cat and mouse.
Mary, and Oreo is a tuxedo kitty. Yes, he is, and he's a very gorgeous tuxedo kitty. Darren saying meow. Oh my goodness, it's so fun. Hi,
Did you start at the beginning?
No, I didn't start at the beginning, Paul, because they were going so fast. Now I know what you go through.
Exactly.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Donna Nahalo.
All right, I'll take it from here.
No. Nahalo, not Nahajlo. And Marianne Murray Summers, Nancy Robertson. Thank you, Nancy. I love my top two. And good evening from Leslie Welch Flaherty. What is Minnie playing with on the floor? She's got a piece of dust. Happy to be here tonight. We're happy to see you, Jillian and Kim Kerstetter. How are you? Rainy Cape Cod. It was pouring today. It was pouring so hard here at the studio that I put our outdoor plants in the parking lot right outside the studio off the curb so that they could get water. Hi, Oreo from Dina Justice. Hello from Maine, Mary Leonard. Hi, Oreo. Gwen Lemoyne. Hi, everybody. Anna Maria. I know. Hi, Oreo. Good evening, everyone from hot, humid Turkey. Jody Long.
Whoop! Celebrity sighting. Whoop! 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 Whoop!
And Rita Johnson Cotterman says, Oreo and Minnie. Oh my goodness, everybody's so happy to see them. Hi, Jody Long, Jillian, Jenny Giacomini. Minnie is having a good time, yes. And Mary says, I have a tuxedo kitty who looks like Bat Cat. Lynn Lutz Spoons. Hi, Lynn. And Julia Johnson Roy, aloha. Does that mean you're in Hawaii, Julia? Thank you, Tamamin Hill. Yes, thank you. We love our studio too. It is absolutely beautiful. It didn't rain where you are. Oh my gosh, it poured like a son of a gun. And Gina says, Jody. So now that we have the rundown on everybody who's here. Paul has given you a little touch of Minnie and Oreo. I want to keep calling them Ben and Oreo. That is not good. But that's where we are. And this is a little bit of life with the Myers here. And I was thinking, you know, I've been working on something. Let me show you what I'm working on. It's kind of lead into where we're going tonight. I'm working on my Okonoshimo barley socks. So you can see how they're coming along. I'm at the foot part of it now. And I've been working at home. I've got my DPNs. I mean, my DPNs that I'm working with. And I was going crazy yesterday because I couldn't find something. I was working at the house. And it reminded me of a portion of a chapter in Stephen King's memoir on writing. If you've ever read this memoir, it is an amazing book. I listened to it over and over and over again, not just for the craft of writing, but for the story of Stephen King's life and how he got to where he, you know, how he got to become the author who he is. But in the book, there's this one chapter, and I'm going to read an excerpt to you so that you can understand where I'm coming from. It said one summer when Stephen King was a young boy, when I was a young boy, he helped his uncle Orrin, who was a carpenter, repair a screen door on the side of his house. In quotes, I remember following him with the replacement screen balanced on my head like a native bearer in a Tarzan movie. Orrin, meanwhile, lugged his toolbox, bulging with tools and weighing in at nearly 100 pounds, horsing it along at thigh level. There was a hammer, a saw, the pliers, a couple of sized wrenches, and an adjustable. There was a level with that mystic yellow window in the middle, a drill. The various bits were neatly drawered farther down in the depths, and 2 screwdrivers. Uncle Orrin asked me for a screwdriver. Wielding the simple tool, Orrin speedily removed the 8 screws that secured the broken screen and attached the new one. But I was puzzled. I asked Uncle Orrin why he'd lugged the toolbox all the way around the house if all he needed was the 1 screwdriver. He could have carried the screwdriver in the back pocket of his khakis. Yeah, but Stevie, he said, bending to grasp the handles. I didn't know what else I might need. I didn't know what else I might find to do once I got out here, did I? It's best to have all your tools with you. If you don't, you're apt to find something you didn't expect and get discouraged. That's what happened to me here. I was knitting my socks, and I'm to the point now where the needles, the DPNs are just not my favorite things to work with. I know people love them all the time and use them all the time, but I prefer other methods. And that's why it's so important to have all your tools with you. I couldn't switch to a different tool because all my tools are here at the studio now. And all I had home was just my DPNs and my pattern and my ball of yarn. So I was working on them and I had to stop because I wanted to come and get either my longer needles to do magic loop, or what I really want to do is see if 9-inch needles will work, because I love the idea of the tiny circular needles. And I don't know if anyone's used them yet, but you know, what this helped me to realize is, I was telling Paul before, what do Stephen King and knitters all have in common? You might not think so, but we all need to carry our toolbox with us at all times. So we're going to take a look at some things that are in the toolbox, and I'd like to hear what's in your toolbox too. Any comments, Paul?
Maria Brent, good evening. Nice and cooler in Missouri. Kelly Kohlhofer, good evening.
Okay, so we are going to move over. Hey, look at this great card. Somebody took a picture of me and turned it into a card. This is from Dale Carnegie. I'm a graduate of Dale Carnegie, and Paul is going to be going to Dale Carnegie, and the owner of the franchise stopped in and chatted with us one day, and he sent this great little card to me. Isn't that cool? That's a pretty cool concept that they have.
And I got one today also.
Yes, you did. I'm not the only special one. So come on over this way, Paul Meyer, and let's look at some of these tools. So I am going to check and see. These are size 6s. So I'm going to find. Has anybody used size, the 9-inch circular needles? And I'd love to hear what you think of them. So I'm coming over here to my little goodies. So these are my US 6s. Now the pattern calls for 7s, but I went down to a 6 because I have a smaller foot, and I just thought, maybe I want to have it.
Wait, that's not for me?
A little. No, it's not for you, Paul. It's not for you. So let's see what happens when I put these on here. Now it's really tiny. I don't know if Julie Stark is out of town. I wonder if she has.
Rita Johnson Cutterman, sometimes you need more than one toolbox.
Well, look at this. Look at this toolbox.
Hold on. Sharon Sanford. I think that's a new name, no?
Okay.
Good evening from Rochester, Michigan. And Anna Maria Milani. I use them when making hats.
The little ones? Yeah.
I like them.
Well, I was reading an article about them today. Come here, Minnie. And the article said that you can pretty much get to almost the very end of the toes when you use the 9-inch needle. So I am going to give that. And the my Likey interchangeables don't come with a wire that short.
There's a couple I need to read here.
Okay.
Jillian Goder says, I don't like the 9-inch because I feel like I need more to hold on to. And Beverly Riser said, your voice has gone, no sound. Is anyone else experiencing sound issues? And locally, our friend Judy Rondo Snitkin. I like them, but I just learned Magic Loop, and I like that too. Julia Benzler Jackson, love them. And Maggie Dawn, is that a new name as well, honey?
I think so. We're hearing some new names.
I have a small notions pouch that has what I consider to be the necessities that go in my bag anytime I leave the house. And if you're new, please let us know how you found Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl, and like our page and smash the notifications button, because we do go live on random occasion.
You want them to smash things?
Yeah. Because that way you start sharing the content, you have a chance of winning free stuff. Leslie Wells Flaherty, yes, I've used 9-inch needles. I prefer to use them with lace or fingering. The socks you're knitting, I use DPNs. And Lois Arsenault is in the house. Hey there, Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl from Lois in Island Pond, Vermont.
How are you? Look at that. So we're going to see how this works now. They're on there. Mini Pearl, what are you doing? So we're going to see how that works. But I just wanted to, I'm excited because I wanted to find this out, and I was unable to do it when I was home. And I have my mini set of interchangeables, but the wires aren't small enough. So let me just get one stitch done here, and then I'm going to go over some of the essentials that I have in my toolbox.
Donna Nahajlo, I use them for baby hats and baby items. And Kim Kerstetter, I have them. I also use 2 at once. Use them to make preemie hats.
Wow.
And Nancy Robertson, no sound issues here. Gina Bates, no sound issues. Mary S. Leonard, I have used 9-inch circular for socks, and it seems they were difficult to manage. I went back to DPN. And Carolyn Steimel, sound is fine. Is that a new name as well?
No, I think I've heard Carolyn's name before. So this is good. We appreciate all your comments, because I don't know how I'm going to like working with these. And it's really a tiny little, it's a tiny circumference, but I just get annoyed moving the DP ends back and forth. So we'll see. So here's my little toolbox. I mean, this is the stuff that I have all the time. Not all the time, that I'm sitting at my chair at home. So I'm going to have to make another one of these. And in here I have, my stitch markers, and I try to keep the stitch markers separated so that I have a special colored one that I use for the end of a beginning and end of a round. And I've got my little tiny stitch markers in here. I have some crochet hooks, a pair of scissors,
and a partridge in a pear tree.
And then this is a T-pin, which I use to tighten my cords when I can't find my cord tightener, my little Allen wrench for my cords. So those are the things that are with me or sitting in my little toolbox here. But in addition to those,
hold on, we're way behind on comments.
Okay, go ahead.
Tommy Ann Hill, unfortunately, I have more than one toolbox, which makes it more difficult for me to be organized. Facepalm emoji. And Mary S. Leonard says, I have good sound. Jillian Goldrich, I have sound. Wow, this thing just shot up there. Darren Showers, interchangeable needles on the U hold should be a bit longer and the other can be shorter. Beverly Reiser, I've checked everything, still no sound. Try to reboot your computer, Beverly. Yeah. That'll probably fix it. And Lynn Lutz Coons, I like using 9-inch ones for socks, but two 12-inch circles is better for 2 at a time.
Yep.
Beverly Ann Wilkes, I have tried to use 9-inch, but my work feels cramped. I prefer double pointed. And Annie Olson, I swear by them. I find I knit very fast with them. It all depends how you hold the needles.
Ah, interesting, Annie.
Jillian Goldrich, you might try some Addy Flexi Flips.
I could try those too. I have some flexible needles here.
Shay Edwards, latecomer. Hi, everyone. And Lynn Lutzko. Sometimes DP ends are just too fiddly.
Yeah.
Or fiddly.
They get fiddly they're fiddly at the very beginning and then at the end.
And she loves the flexi flips. And Terry Smith, local.
Hi, Terry.
A paper clip worked great to tighten the interchangeable needles.
Yep, that's another good thing.
And our friend Pamela Rose Atkins. Hi there. And Sharon Sanford, my favorite for socks is Magic Loop. Pamela Rose Atkins, I never tried them. And Terry Smith, Sharon Sanford, my fave also. All right, I'm caught up.
Cool. Wow, that's great. So a couple of other things, when it comes to, we're talking about using different needles for different things. And, I've got these socks are on Magic Loop here. I've only got one on there, but, I use it Magic Loop in this one. And I do enjoy Magic Loop. And of course, this is how far my projects sometimes get. I am determined to finish this sock because I love these socks and I just want to see it all done. Also, cable needles. I mean, look at the variety of cable needles you have. This one is ancient. I don't even know how long I have this, but that's one type of cable needle.
Looks like Captain Hook's arm.
Right? And then there are these with the little U in the middle, or arc, whatever you want to call that. No, not U.
Like EWE?
No.
No.
And then there are just the straight cable needles. And I find these work really well. So because I can slip the stitches onto these and then knit right off this. So sometimes I put the stitches back on my regular needle. Sometimes I leave them right on the cable needle and knit from there. Yes, Paul.
Maria Brandt, I have several Notions kits and I've picked up some at garage and estate sales. I like smaller circulars, but usually stick with the larger versions. And Lorraine Schiller is joining us from YouTube.
Hi,
hello,
Lorraine.
all.
Hello, Lorraine.
Jillian Goldrich, my latest favorite cable needle is the flax. Flax or flocks?
I don't know.
Flocks, it looks like.
FLOX.
Lorraine Schiller says hello. And Anna Maria Milani, I'm curious about my favorite cable needle folks use.
Yeah, I wonder what do you use? I like this one because it's got that little grip on it. I don't know. Here, let me see if I can show that little
Beverly
grip.
Riser, I have sound now. Apparently the reboot did it. And Jaron Shower says, I like using the hook cable needle. And Diane Gondek, good evening. And Kim Kerstetter, I love floops for holding cables.
I haven't tried floops. I'm going to have to look those up.
I used to use those when I was a kid.
Floops?
Yeah, floop loops.
Floop loops.
With my cereal.
So see if you look close on here, there's little grips on there. So those little grips help those stitches to stay on that needle. So I'm going to have to find out what floops are. I did not see those. I might have to get some of those for the shop. And then, so example of a fun little cable project that I just finished.
Jeff Gorilla's in the house, throws up an LOL.
This is one of the hats or one of the projects for the retreat. This is, oh my goodness, it's called
Pamela Rose Atkins, I like the hook cable too.
This is the compass hat and cowl. So there's a cowl. I got the hat done. That was the easiest one to get done fast enough. And it's a great little fit.
And Jillian Goldrich put up a link for the floop makers.
Thank you.
Or markers.
Also, here's another crazy one. Darning needles. Or tapestry needles, whatever you want to call them. When it's time to sew your projects together. Which ones do you like? These are pretty cool. They're called wool needles because rather than threading the yarn through an eye or through the metal eye.
Margaret Toth, I found you on Facebook. I'm from Southwest Pennsylvania. I have many different cable needles and use most anything around, even a stitch marker, as a cable needle. LOL.
I often use a DPN. I'll use a DPN if I like forgot to get my cable needle ready. That's a great little one to use.
And she says, yes, darning needles, use a variety of those too.
Yep. So look at the little loop on that. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Instead of trying to get the yarn through this eye on a needle like this, which I think is giant, I kind of like this idea of using something like that. But there's all different things. It looks like
a snake catcher.
What, this?
Yeah. Jillian Goldrich says, hiya needles with the best tip are the best ones.
And then you've got these Knitter's Prides from the Mindful collection. You have some short ones and long ones with the nice big eyes on them for your sewing projects.
Lorraine Schiller, like metal yarn needles for finishing.
Ah, okay. You like the metal ones. This, I've been known to use a crochet hook, but this is a great little tool when you need to pick up stitches. If you've got a dropped stitch, let me find that opening there.
And Jillian Goldrich says the hiya are metal. You hear that?
I did.
Marianne Murray Summers, I like chibi needles.
Chibi. I haven't seen those in a while. I'd have to look those up again too. So this is just a cute little crochet hook to grab your stitches when you drop them, not having that long crochet hook there. So this is another great little tool, and it would fit right in my little toolbox. Minnie is scratching, and I don't know why she's scratching. There's nothing in there, Minnie. You're making me crazy. And then Lantern Moon has them as well. So just a couple of ideas, it's really what you like to use best, what works best for each project. And it's not one size fits all on any of these things. I guess that's why there are just so many options for us to choose from. I've got these little scissors that I've had forever and ever.
Jillian Goldrich says, does it have a hook on both sides?
No, that one has a hook just on one end. I have had them once.
You want to pull her away from the chair so she doesn't dig a hole in it?
This one from Lantern Moon's pretty cute too, because it's got that little flat piece on the bottom there. Cute little thing to grab onto with. So these are my old needle, my old little scissors. Thank you, Paul. That I've had for years, and I keep them in my toolbox all the time. And the ones that we just got some great ones in the shop, and actually they're even on the website. And they're fun little scissors, and they come with their own little cases. That's okay. I'm just gonna grab that here. And they're just all little random colors, and they're very similar to the other ones, but these are great. I mean, just the size you need, and you can get them on an airplane without anybody giving you a hard time. I don't know what your want is. I don't know what it is, but you're making your mama crazy. So those are just some ideas of different tools, different hooks, tools, needles for so many different projects. One of the things I recently found for the DPN lovers are smart sticks. If you've seen smart sticks, these are pretty cool. In fact, I could use them right now, these smart sticks, because they have a ruler on them. They're an 8-inch ruler.
Speaking of which, Gina Bates says, also a tape measure in my toolbox.
Yes. So this is that you have 2, 4, 6, 8 inches. So when you got to measure your sock, you know, I just have to put that from the heel to here, and I go, oh, look at that. Well, let's start from this end because I'm not that good. I've got 4 inches of my heel done already. So that's pretty cool. Or the foot of my sock done. It's really odd. You know, I usually knit my socks toe up, and this is really very interesting, knitting them cuff down. I've never done it before. Well, I have my very first pair of socks I did this way. But aren't these cute? I'm loving them. Loving them, loving them. So that's what we've got there. I just wanted to show you one other thing because people have been asking me about them. They're not on the website yet. They just came in today. And you all know that we have I'm getting more of the for real pom-poms in.
Sally Perrotin, you always dress so nicely.
Thank you. But look what we got in today.
Is that a sea urchin?
No, it's raccoon. So now we have options
hey,
for
Ralphie
everyone.
boy.
We have options for the fake or faux fur.
Faux.
And then we also have the raccoon. And they're beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful.
Anytime I think of raccoons, I think of Ed Norton.
Okay. I don't think of Ed Norton when I think of raccoons.
Yeah, because he was a member of the Raccoon Lodge.
Taking the going in my trash at home. So that's what. Oh, I have another minute, and I want to show you something. We've got some new yarns coming in. There's a new line of yarn called Lawn de Nord, and Lawn de Nord is an Italian line, and they're beautiful yarns. I just ordered a little. I never order a little of anything. I ordered some of these yarns, and I was able to snag 2 skeins. I'm going to start knitting up.
Those are orange.
Well, it's the color that I was able to get, so that's the color you use. You know, Grammy says what you don't have is no good.
Carolyn Steimel says, "What is the yarn on the socks?"
Oh, the yarn on the socks is Okonoshimo by Noro. Let me grab it.
Mary S. Leonard, LOL, I have never knitted toe up, always top down. Interesting. And Jeff Grill throws up an LOL. Karen Wills, like how they did the tips on the palms.
How they did the tips.
She says, like how they did the tips on the palm.
The tips on the palm. Yeah. Well, that's natural. That's the tips of the raccoon.
And Mary S. Liner says Rocky the raccoon and Bullwinkle the moose. Hey, Rocky, watch me pull the rabbit out of my hat.
I can't
Again?
believe
Nothing up
somebody
my
did
sleeve.
that.
Presto! Rawr, no doubt about it. Guess I got to get me another hat. And now for something we hope you'll really like. Edie beady, jetty beady, these spirits are about to speak. Are they friendly? Are they friendly? Just listen. And so it seems our heroes, Boris and... Oh, sorry, I got carried away there.
That's not even funny. Stop it. Someone asks a question and you go into Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Well, you know, she kind of prompted me into it.
Oh my goodness. You know, this is what happens when new people come on the show. They start asking questions that they don't know what's going to start you going.
Oh, Minnie just threw the pillow off the chair.
That's okay. So this is Okonoshimo. This is a Noro yarn. It is lovely. It's a silk, wool, Angora, and mohair. And I just went from the day these socks were introduced in one of the magazines, I've been wanting to make them. And so they're on my needles and I am going to get them done for this winter. So this is Oku. It's on our website. The sock has two sizes. The smaller size takes one skein for 2 socks. The larger size they recommend 2. What's so funny?
Oh, we'll get to those in a second. Sally Perriton, I'm making helical socks with the yarn I bought your opening day. Lovely to work with. And Marius Liner said, sorry, nitty gritty, LOL. Karen Wills, okay, Paul, she is going to give you time out yet again. Diane Gondek, Paul, you are a riot. Yeah, that bears repeating. Diane Gondek, Paul, you are a riot. But wait, there's more. Rita Johnson, Cotterman, Paul, you're pushing it with getting your supper. Smiling, laughing face emoji. And Terry Smith, Paulette, you truly are a saint. Maggie Dawn, is the puppy's name really Minnie Pearl?
It is. It's MINNIE-PURL. Minnie Pearl.
And Jeff Grill, Paul, you're on a roll. Jeff, get me some butter because I'm on a roll.
He's on a roll. Going to roll him out the freaking door pretty soon.
Shay Edwards, Molly is going to ruin that chair. Just saying.
Oh, no.
Minnie.
We got her off the chair. Yes. Yep. We got her off the chair.
You having some water, Minnie?
So,
meanwhile, it's staying out of trouble.
Can I show them the new Longston word line now, Paul?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Swear I'm going to smack them. Okay, just a couple more things to show you. Because the yarns aren't in yet. They won't be until September. But I just wanted
that's a few weeks.
Give you a so that's Poema and Poema Nuance. I mean, so there are 2 different. They are the same weight. They are just, one is a gradient and one is a multicolor. So those are 2 sister yarns. And then there's a Vasto, which is a worsted weight, and then there's a sister yarn to this called, I believe it's Maestro. I can't remember it now. And it is a DK weight. And all these yarns, it's really interesting. We'll tell you more about them when they're introduced, when we introduce the full line. They are non-shrinkable 100% wool. They're not a superwash, and we'll talk about that process a little bit later on when we get the yarns in. But I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up about, we still have new yarns coming. There's always something new to show. And we're really happy to bring everything to all you folks at Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. So are any comments before we go to the sharing bucket, sir?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
Shay Edwards said, I meant Minnie. No, I figured as much.
Yeah.
Sometimes right after you hit the send, the word sometimes or whole sentences change.
It's okay. I am going, yes, we thought you meant Minnie Pearl. So we have lots of folks who have been sharing. Lots of new folks who have been joining Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl. So there are a lot of new names in here.
All right, but the question is, who wants to win? Who wants to win? Round and round she goes.
For those of you who are new,
Yeah, explain how it works.
If this is your first time at Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl, we ask our fans to share our page, share our posts, and every time you share a page, a post, you share it 6 times, 7 times, and make sure you make it public so that we can see that you shared it. We put your name into our sharing bucket, and then we share back. When we go live, we pull a name out of the bucket and we share back and give you a skein of yarn or needles or a magazine, a book, whatever we have at the moment that we can share back with you. It's our way of saying thank you for helping us grow.
Karen Will shared, yes, share all. And Jody Long, hope you don't pull out your own name, Paulette, with a bunch of sideways laughing face emojis.
Yeah,
when Jody was here. He rigged it.
Yeah, Jody pulled out his own name when he was here.
Lynn Lutzkoon shared.
Thank you.
All right, who wants to win? Who wants to win? Round and round she goes. Where she stops, only the Nitty Gritty Yarn Girl knows.
Yes, I do.
And soon you will too.
And Carolyn Noller is our winner.
Yay! All the way from Virginia.
Thank you so much. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed our little toolbox show tonight. We've got so much more coming up. I've got some, working on some new special guests to come onto the show. And they'll be, I'm hoping, we're working on the show and also live. So we've got some things going on here. Looking forward to getting your retreat registration. If you haven't signed up yet, go to the website and get that signed up. We've got our Taj shawl kit knit along starts on Thursday night. So you'll be getting the Zoom. It's not too late to join. That's TAJ knit along. And you can join us if you'd like to sign up for that as well. So I think that's it. If there's anything we can do to help you, give a holler. We love you all. Stay safe. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.